Tonight, Troy students explore their Greek life options.
Plus, hear how one organization is raising awareness on disability. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for August 23rd, 2013. I'm Courtney Addison.
And I'm Judson Garner. Thanks for joining us this evening.
The National Panhellenic Council held its convocation last night in hopes to gain new members. Students paid a registration fee in order to attend and formally go through intake. Thursday night, the National Panhellenic Council held its annual convocation to kickstart this semester's intake. Students filled the Trojan Center ballroom to hear information on each Greek organization. Each chapter president gave a summary about his or her chapter's past, founders, and what the organization stands for.
Tonight they just come, they learn a little bit more about the organizations. They have a time for a little bit of a meet and greet type of event where we have refreshments for them, and then they'll have a chance to attend a browse session where they'll get to go around and talk to the different individuals that's here tonight.
After the informational segment of the convocation, students were given the opportunity to mingle and start making first impressions. While this may be overwhelming to some students, one young man says he attended the convocation to see what is behind the fraternity stereotypes.
The main reason is because joining a fraternity is much more than just dancing, partying, and just seeing. I just want to know what's the real meaning behind a fraternity. I want to see where's the true brotherhood and what's the aspects and the credentials of each fraternity as one.
Participating in a Greek organization starts before convocation, and when asked what students should do prior to attending an interest meeting, the same answer always seemed to come up: community service.
Go ahead and get plugged in Circle K, AAA, NAACP, other service organizations where you can already go ahead and get community service hours.
Sit back and watch, because we do a lot of things around the campus. We're really involved. We a lot of community service. Just get involved.
Radcliffe also added that GPA is something taken very seriously by every Greek organization. And for students who aren't sure if Greek life is for them, Radcliffe says her sorority is like a home away from home.
We are a lifelong commitment of sisters, of sisterhood, and I love them to death. Even though I have 3 sisters back at home, this is my family right here. They have taught me so much about myself.
The convocation is mandatory for anyone interested in NPHC intake, but unfortunately last night was the only convocation for the semester. Anyone who missed the convocation will have to wait until the spring semester to go Greek.
Well, students looking for an opportunity to help out in their community will have a chance to do so this week. There will be a volunteer fair next week, next Wednesday from 10 to 12:30 on the Bibb Graves Quad. At least 15 different organizations will be on hand looking for students willing to volunteer their services. The fair is open to both individual students or student organizations looking for service hours. Organizers moved the fair to the Quad this year instead of its traditional location, which is in the ballrooms, and they did so to make it easier for students to get involved.
We put it out on the Quad just to make it a more lively event and hopefully attract more students that are going to come across it, since it's going to be right in the center of campus, whereas in the Trojan Center ballrooms they had to go look for it. And so we're trying to make it as easy as possible by bringing those opportunities to them.
Once again, the volunteer fair will be this Wednesday from 10 to 12:30 on the Bibb Graves Quad. Well, last night, a campus organization known as SCADA, or Students Concerned About Disability Awareness, held its first meeting of the semester.
And that's right, Judson. And the organization's goal is to raise awareness for the challenges students with physical disabilities face on campus. Caitlin Crow has the story.
The Students Concerned About Disability Awareness organization, also known as SCADA, had their first organizational meeting on campus Thursday evening.
The club was around 8 or 9 years ago, and a girl and I last year had the ability to reestablish it in January. The club itself helps give students a voice, being that someone sees major cracks in the sidewalk, or they see that a ramp's not functioning anymore, or doors are out. If they tell us, we can get the correct people notified so we can get that fixed as soon as possible.
One of SCADA's main goals this year is to host events throughout the semester to raise disability awareness and provide students with a new outlook on the daily struggles of students with disabilities.
We hope to, do maybe a fundraiser where people are maybe without an arm for a week, or like just different disabilities, so that if they get firsthand experience, and it's like, oh my goodness, how you do it every day, how do you put your hair up, stuff like that. You kind of just be able to have a little more empathy for them and see, why they feel the way they do about certain things, and be able to understand from their point of view.
But the real question is, how can you get involved?
Well, we have meetings. We should be doing it on the first Wednesday every month and the third Thursday, 4 o'clock, because it's the time always. And we will be announcing at the room. We try to keep the same room this year, to be TC 119, unless something comes up, then we'll go upstairs. We have a Facebook page, which is Scott of Troy on Facebook. We have a Twitter page, once again, Scott of Troy. And if they do that, like those pages and follow us, they will always get up to date. We keep that very much so all the time.
Caitlin Crow, Troy TrojanVision News.
SCOTA's next meeting will be Wednesday, September 4th at 4 o'clock in Trojan Center, room 119.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Birmingham, a preliminary hearing has been set for September 24th for a popular youth minister accused of impersonating a police officer. The youth minister gave a TV interview moments before his arrest, blaming his legal troubles on everything from politics to racial bias over his outreach to minorities.
And in Stevenson, a man is hoping the state Supreme Court will decide a legal dispute over the location of his wife's grave in his front yard. Jim Davis has lost court challenges, and the Alabama Supreme Court has yet to say whether it will hear the case.
In Montgomery, Governor Robert Bentley was joined today by mascots from Alabama's public universities to promote the upcoming College Color Days. The annual promotional event took place on the Capitol's South Lawn, and our own SGA President Cody Farrell and T. Roy were attending.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, the soccer team's season begins this evening on the road, but there is an even bigger story involving the soccer program this season. Danielle Percival will have the details when she joined us with sports.
Thank you, Courtney. Now Danielle Percival joins us for a look at sports. So Danielle, athletics for the fall semester are finally starting to get underway with the game tonight.
That's right, Judson. The soccer team will be taking the field. No action at home just yet, but that's coming within the next week, so let's get right into it. As Judson mentioned, fall sports officially begin this evening with the first team taking the field. The soccer team opens up the regular season tonight on the road. After a tough loss to Auburn Montgomery 1-0 in their only exhibition of the fall, the Trojans will be facing another Montgomery team, this time Alabama State. Head coach Chris Bentley knows his girls are facing a tough challenge, but they are working to improve in areas.
First and foremost, we need to be a little bit stronger in the midfield, and again, that's a big thing that we're getting tested with right now. I think we're fit enough. I think it really was our defensive organization was broken down, and that's just something we need to work on this week.
The team is on the road tonight and will be in action at 7 p.m. against the Hornets, who the Trojans have never lost to. They will venture outside the state lines on Sunday, playing in DeLand, Florida, against Stetson University with first kick at noon Eastern. But the biggest story surrounding the soccer team this season has nothing to do with the pitch, the season, or the plays. It's all about the players coming together in support of a teammate.
Purple is the newest color of Troy University. The Trojans soccer team has begun Project 19 in support of teammate Kaylani DeCock, who was diagnosed in June with Hodgkin's lymphoma.
As a team, we sat down and we looked at different things, and we were all talking, just wondering, what are we going to do? How can we help? She's at a distance. She's in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We weren't sure what to do. We couldn't be there. So our big thing was we needed something to operate under. It couldn't just be, let's do a fundraiser here, let's do this or that. I think the exciting part was we created this Project 19 thing that is kind of blown up now.
We decided it was our chance to reach out to her, give her our support, and also raise awareness for this disease.
But Project 19 isn't solely about promoting DeCock's name and story.
It also stands for what Kaylani believes in. She didn't want to be someone in the spotlight. And having Project 19 being the thing we're operating under, it actually takes the spotlight away from her a little bit too.
It's so cool how much she's trying to make this not about her, but just about the disease in general.
If you desire to become involved with Project 19, there are several opportunities. To donate, a call bank has been opened and an online account is in the works. There will also be events throughout the season to give people the opportunity to come out and show their support. But the biggest push so far has been through social media.
If you don't have a dollar, if you don't have money, get on social media, send a tweet, do what you can that way, and you will find someone who has money. And that's where we find a lot of success, is that social media is just really blown up for us. We hope it continues that way because it encourages people to get involved in ways that they may not have money, but it's another way to do it.
Though DeConck is unable to be in Troy this season during treatment, her teammates have a constant reminder of who and what they are fighting for.
This little added incentive is what is really pushing us this season. Every time we have a hard run, we're looking down at our bracelets and we're doing it for someone and for a cause instead of just going out there and winning. We have a purpose.
It's hard not having her here because she is such a big part of our team, but it's amazing how close that it's brought all of us. We know that we have to work harder. Every time we look down at our bracelets, we just know that we're fighting this season for her.
This season is about more than wins. It's about victories, not on the field, but in life.
We've been saying this a lot. Winning is a byproduct of doing what's right in life. It's not just about winning on the field. It's about winning in everything we're doing. And when someone's down in your family, you try to pick them up. And I think this has given everyone a look at the bigger picture. And if we can keep the bigger picture in mind throughout the course of the season, I think we'll be successful.
And you can purchase bracelets for a minimum donation of $5. Those proceeds do go toward DeConck's family and her medical treatment. And the other football team, the American football team, is getting ready to get their season started, though it's still a week till kickoff. The Trojan defense was a weakness last season for the team, but does look to improve this season under the leadership of defensive coordinator Wayne Bolt. And working against such a fast-paced, high-powered offense in practice is beneficial.
I feel like we have one of the greatest offenses in the country, you know. And for us to be out here going fast-paced against them every day, you know, it's getting us in shape. And we're going to be ready for anybody we play just because of who we practice against.
This time next week, students will be preparing for the first pep rally of the semester. The season does begin Saturday, August 31st at 6 p.m. against the UAB Blazers. So Judson, Courtney, fall semesters here. Fall athletics are getting underway. So best of luck to the Trojan soccer team tonight as they're on the road in Montgomery. Hopefully they can get the season started the right way and get the season started for all of Troy athletics heading the right direction.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Danielle. We know that you'll keep us posted on that. So.
Thanks, Judson.
All right.